Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Chainlink on the weekly chart. We're going to focus there. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more content, more help navigating these markets, consider subscribing to our Patreon group. You get access to a private alerts Telegram chat where I have posted much more content there. So if you're interested in that, follow below in the links and I'll be happy to help you there. Let's get right to it. Chainlink weekly update. $14. Could we be moving higher or lower next? Well, nobody knows. Chainlink's doing better than most. A lot of altcoins in the drawdown. The first target I would be looking for if we go lower is not Chainlink specific, but altcoin specific and even Bitcoin specific. The 21-week AMA, right? The yellow line here, right? So that's around 1266. Let's get you an exact number. If you look at the top, 1262 right now, right? That will change week over week and even day over day. So if you're looking to put an order in, have an open order in there, right? In case of a wick, you don't go all in or all out, right? It's just subtle amounts, right? Dollar cost average. I would say the first spot would be there for me. Does that mean we have to go down there? Of course not. We could bounce here and go down there in March, April, May, who knows? We might never go down there. But usually in a bull market, you're going to test that 21-week EMA multiple times, and we haven't tested it yet. We got very close back here, first week of January, but not yet. So that's step one. So around the 1263 area as of today. Again, that'll change day over day and week over week. But what happens if that doesn't hold? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at our next level, right? We have two key moving averages just below that. The 100, right? This blue line, very, very, very symmetrical small circle there. Or the 200 in this pink line right here. We'll draw a little bit smaller there. So that's around $10. This would be like worst case scenario. Do I think we're going that low? No, I don't. And let me show you why. So let's take a measured move here, right? So where we are now, roughly $14, right? Let's take a rough spot down around 9-10%. Let's go with 10%. Make a nice round number for you. To our 21 week, right? Okay, makes sense. How far down would we have to go to hit the 100? 24%. 200, 30%. Why do I not think that that's likely? I'm glad you asked. Let's go look at the total crypto market cap. So we have total over here, right? So our move down, right? Here's our big drawings. We talk about this again all the time in our Telegram group. So if you don't want to get caught off guard, consider going over there. And there's no surprises, right? Our group is well prepared for all of this happening, right? So here's our top so far, a high of 1.8 trillion. Coming back down now. Spot to the 21 week, it's about 6-7% away. But more importantly, right, the total crypto market caps tend to ignore the moving averages as much, right? And they really go to these kind of support and resistance zones. So as you can see this, why was this a resistance zone? Is nothing here. You got to look back over here, right? From January 2022, we ran right into it, right? No surprise. Okay. And that was our target going all the way up here. Right? That's the obvious target, right? We hit it perfectly. Rejection, no big deal, right? This is not a time for panicking. This is time for getting your orders in order, right? Get ready to buy the dip, so to speak. This is said dip. Dips in bull markets, right? That's for buying. Rips in bear markets, that's for selling, right? Okay, so now we're moving down. So we're kind of ignoring this. So how far down to this zone? This would be kind of a throwback. What is a throwback? It's a bullish retest of a broken breakout level, right? So here's the breakout zone, previous peak, right? Resistance broke right through it. Throwback would be here. How far is that target? Well, let's look. So that's about 14-15%, right? Let's round it to 15%, somewhere in there. So if all of cryptos, generally going to go down that far, and that's a big if, right? That would really be kind of my worst case scenario. Maybe we go a little bit lower to maybe this area, maybe to the 100 week. It's still not that far, right? It's about 15-16% maybe. Okay, remember those Chainlink numbers, right? It wasn't nearly that far, right? There's 10% to the 21 week. Look how far much farther down we have here, right? These are obscure numbers. And to further drive that home, let's go look at the altcoin market cap. So total 3. So this says, what's the difference between these? If you're new, right? You're like, what the hell? This includes everything. Total 1, total 2 eliminates Bitcoin. Total 3 eliminates Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's pure alts here, right? 460 billion roughly here. right? So where are we here, right? Here's our throwback zone here. It's a little bit bigger, but where are we now? I mean, here's the 21 week. Again, total crypto market caps, altcoin market caps generally ignore, for the most part, exact moving averages and tend to go back to kind of levels or zones. So if we go down, right, looking about 10% on altcoin market, right, to that zone, to the breakout zone, right? Here's a high close, right? A bunch of wicks, right? That hopefully you can see why this has been painted, right? So that is the reason for that. So 10%, right, down to the top of that, and worst case would be like 15% to the low part of that. So 10 to 15%. Is this ringing bells, right? Chainlink, how far do we have to go? There's 10%, gets us right on target with altcoins, right? 10%. 15% gets us maybe lower than that, but that's reaching, right? Chainlink would have to fail bigger than most, and right now it's doing better than most, so not likely. I would put it in the 21 week for the odds on favorite, and anything lower would be not expected, right? Now, that's as of today. You need to be like Bruce Lee and be water, my friend, right? You need to be willing to adapt to the facts that come in, right? So as candles develop, that thesis can change. What happens if we don't go down? I'm glad you asked. You always need to have an invalidation level. So if you're watching your favorite YouTuber and he's calling for only bull or only bear targets or only up or only down, he's doing you and himself or herself an injustice. You need to always have invalidation if your thesis is wrong, whether that's down or up. So where would that be? Well, you just paint this big zone, right? We're just chopping around here, right? You see this, right? This is no direction. Don't try to paint this as any kind of flag. This is not a flag. This is not whatever your grandma says it's a shoulder of a head. And no, exit. No, this is just consolidation after this move. After a big move, you're just going to consolidate and digest the move and then either, retest a key moving average if it's a certain particular alt, which the 21 week tends to be the favorite one out of most of them, or you're going to just consolidate sideways and then make your next move, usually up in a bull market. We've just been used to bear markets so long. It's easy to say, right? Hundreds of videos during the bear market, repetition, right? So the invalidation, right? All we need to do is kind of close above. I'd really like to see this tight zone moved above. So 16 to 1650, close a weekly candle and then have a follow-up after that higher as well. And then off to the races. The target after this breakout would be roughly $27. We talked about that in previous videos. If we bounce here and put in new highs, target's 27, not much before then. So that's all we need to do to invalidate our lower. Just close 2 consecutive weekly candles above 1650 and ripping up. Okay. To the downside, that's the odds on favorite, right? Too much of an uptrend. Like, just look at Bitcoin, right? Yeah, that's no good candle there. That was our warning shot, right? Made videos all right after that closed. Hopefully you've watched those. Go back and watch a Bitcoin video if you want to learn why. That's obvious. That's the signal after a rally. You're going to have, if you have something like that, the odds are down. So if Bitcoin's odds are down, going down, right? And Bitcoin, right? How far does it have? Not that much, but Bitcoin dominance being above 50%, it's going to control alts. If Bitcoin dominance continues in this falling channel here and continues to fall down here, right? This is my target zone for a true alt season, likely still months away. Right? For Bitcoin dominance to really roll over. Look at that gravestone doji printing on the Bitcoin dominance though on the weekly. Local top, perhaps. So we'll see if this does in fact roll over. We could have a nice little alt season in the next handful of months or so, but Bitcoin's going to have to really show us that it's going to hold the line at this 21 week. And again, that's not very far off, right? So 5-6% from current prices and from the peak, right? That's over 20% down, 20-25%. That's typical. And, that's going to happen again from now to the next peak, which I like to think is in sometime in 2025. I think we have 18 to 24 months still for this bull cycle. So patience is going to be needed. We'll update you every step of the way. So hopefully you liked this Chainlink video. Let me know what you want to see next. You want more Bitcoin? Right? Whatever. All right, let's just end it. Quote of the day. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Right? You can't control the BS that comes into your life. What you can control is how you react to it. Right? Everyone's got problems. It's those who adjust the best, do the best. All right, car of the day, Ferrari, duh, SF90. Some of you probably don't get it. That's for another day. Any guesses what that was? Let's go the right way here, bud. All right, so there's the front end of it. I'll leave you with that one. That one looks like a pretty good end. It was a Maserati MC20, for those wondering. No one's wondering. Crickets. There you go. Let me zoom in a little bit. Took this picture. Pretty cool looking. SF90, white, blue stripes. All right, I'll leave you there. Chainlink update. This shirt is green.